Thought it was a fantastic game for us right from the start. Our girls came out with their high energy, and I think we really got off to a strong start. USC is a fantastic team. They've had a great season, very talented, very well coached. They were defensively really solid in the first half, even though I felt a lot of the run of play. It was hard for us to get in behind them, to get into the box and get a really good look at the goal. So their defense was really challenging for us. At halftime, we just talked about trying to be a little bit more direct in getting in the box by moving the ball, getting to the assist zone, getting it wide, and then Brecken, we got the ball down deep, and Bella found the back of the net for us. But defensively, we held strong. Lav and Izzi in the back do such a great job for us, not just defensively, but everything goes through them as we build out of our back, which allows us to keep the ball and keep our tempo and keep it moving. So phenomenal job for them and helping keep the shutout, which was big against a team as good as USC.
Bella, want to tell us about your goal? You seem to kind of magically appear in front. Where were you when all of a sudden you were there?
I just go to the right place at the right time. No, PD had the ball, and I know that PD likes to cross the ball. So PD crossed it to Brecken. I found myself open in the middle of the box, took a touch, and hit it as hard as I could.
Were you a little bit surprised by how Brecken kind of just put that ball on a platter for you?
No, I know Brecken knows how to pass the ball and find the open spaces, so I knew it was coming.
Coach, not often that your team gets outshot in the game. Last 3 minutes probably very stressful for you guys. What was the USC offense? What were they causing problems defensively for you guys?
Well, I think after we scored, the game kind of opened up a little bit more in transition, and USC has some extremely fast, athletic, quick, dangerous players, and so we had a hard time maybe closing the game out, but keeping the ball, and then USC became more dangerous and was relying a little bit on their 1v1s, and you know, we held strong. We bent a little bit at the end, but didn't break, and you know, fortunately they had a few shots that were off frame. But I think that, you know, ultimately most of the game, I was really pleased with the way we played, and sometimes it's hard to, you know, the pressure and the stress on to close out games like that. But we did a fantastic job, and the girls worked really hard for this one.
You said pressure, somebody who handled the pressure, a young player, Lynette, she was able to make 6 big saves for you guys tonight. Just talk about her maturity and confidence over the year.
Yeah, Lynette has really come a long way over the season. She's worked very hard, and you know, she's had some time away from the game, you know, through COVID and serving a mission, and she's really back at it right now, and has gotten better and better as the season has gone on. And she is a big presence in the back. And like you said, came up with some fantastic saves, and you have to rely on your keeper to keep you in games, and that's what she was able to do for us tonight.
Izzi, how chaotic was that final minute, especially that last corner kick and everything? Can you kind of describe it for us, I guess?
Yeah, it was super chaotic. I feel like intensity was just super high. We were all just locked in, and then luckily I didn't score that last one. Super chaotic.
Did your heart drop a little bit with that shot? Because it looked like a pretty good look.
It did. It was a good look. And my heart definitely dropped a little. And then watching it go over was a good feeling for sure.
Yeah.
Jen, would you say that this is the toughest first 2 rounds you guys have played as a high seed in this tournament?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we tend to get tough draws, it seems, every year, but to be a 1 seed and playing a team as good and solid as Utah State, with a very high RPI, and then second round having to play a team that's ranked and finish 3rd in the Pac-12, which is one of the top conferences in the country. That was a first tough 2 matches for us, but as these girls said at the beginning of the year, their goal was to play well enough to play on Southfield at home, and certainly our crowd and being here was a huge advantage for us. And even though the competition was extremely tough, you know, you're in the NCAA, all the teams are good, all the teams have had tremendous success. It was a tough first 2 rounds for us, but it's making us better and stronger, and I think it builds our confidence as we move forward.
Jen, you talked about earlier in the year, after maybe 3 or 4 wins, you talked about having the target on your back, kind of play with that all season long, and then with those first 2 tough rounds in the tournament, do you feel like the confidence has built to a level where the girls seem unfazed and you can kind of move forward, through the rest of the tournament with that confidence?
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about it all year. It's on our board right now. The experience that this team has, this group of seniors, Izzy's still a young one, but we've got 11 seniors who played in the Final Four, who have had tremendous success during their career here, and to be able to get these big wins with the target on our back to come through the way we have, I think there's a lot of confidence in the process. They trust each other. They're working hard together. They play for each other. They want to get back to that Final Four and maybe win it all. That's certainly the goal for them, and really proud. Our staff has done an amazing job. We have 32 strong on our team right now. Only really 22 have played this season. So the other 10 have been a huge part of our preparation each and every day. They show up, they work hard. They'll be our future, but right now they're helping us with the present. So yeah, confidence has to be strong. It's because they've earned it and they've worked so hard for it. We said right before the game, we've worked for over a year to be in this opportunity, to be in this spot to play a second round game on South Field, and I thought it was a great win for us.
Last two questions.
The other coach talked about that confidence. How are you able to channel that every time you guys are going to the Rock? Because every time you guys touch the ball, they just go nuts.
I love the South Field advantage that we have with the Rock, with our fans. I think it just kind of hypes me up personally. I know the team gets excited when we hear everyone cheering for us. It's the 12th man on the field for sure.
Coach, 3 straight Sweet 16s, 4 out of the last 5 years. Just what's this program built and emerge and is one of the national powers of the sport?
Yeah, it all comes down to having the right players on our team that are committed to represent BYU at the highest level. These guys have worked hard. A lot of them have been here 4 or 5 years, and they've just come in and they've represented so well. The expectation is very high, and so as they come through, they want to do better than the year before. Lava has done a fantastic job leading this team defensively. Defense wins championships. That's what we talk about. Even though we're one of the top goal-scoring teams in the country, it's our defense that's going to help us win. And she's done a tremendous job leading our back line to this point, and I hope to keep zeros on the board from here on out.
Darnell, last one.
Yeah, Bobby, what does it tell you about this team that you were able to survive these 2 rounds at home in advance?
I think it just shows how much grit we have. I think tonight was definitely such a team win, and defensively we had, like Bella tracks back in defense all the way from box to box, and I think that just shows how much grit we have as a team just to win. So
Awesome.